Tonight on First Block, Key and Peele's Keegan-Michael Key comes home to Detroit to give back and make us laugh.
Someone will yell from across the street, "Hey, Aaron!" They just say it because everybody knows somebody named Aaron.
Detroit's Drink celebrates a major milestone. Meet the man who may be Verner's #1 fan.
My wife is very understanding as long as it all stays in the basement.
And you've seen them at the zoo, now hang out with the penguins in their home of Antarctica. Hello and welcome to First Block from the beautiful butterfly garden at the Detroit Zoo. It's a great metaphor for the stories we're going to tell you today, coming out of a cocoon and growing into something great. First up, Keegan-Michael Key starred on the wildly popular Comedy Central sketch show Key and Peele and is now moving on to movies. But Keegan got his start doing improv in the comfort of his hometown, Detroit.
And when it comes to flair, these characters are the creme de la creme.
Creme de la creme. Vanderbilt University.
Cosgrove, Shumway, Clemson.
You probably know him best from bits like this.
Doika-Hanahue, Marshall.
Legume, Dupree, West Virginia University.
As half the sketch duo Key and Peele. Or maybe you remember when he paired up with another comedy partner.
Hold on to your lily white butts.
Keegan-Michael Key has come a long way.
Hello. It's so good to be home.
Home is Detroit. Keegan grew up in Green Acres, a quiet neighborhood along the city's northern border.
I had a great, a fun kind of, I thought typical American childhood. We played in the streets until the street lights came on, and you could run out the front door, and your mom would say, "Be back for dinner," and you go for dinner, and then you run back out again until dusk. And we had a huge field at the end of our block where we used to play football and baseball and soccer and everything, and it was fantastic. And I had great neighbors and a lot of. And, I'm in my 40s, but we had a lot of diversity in our neighborhood when I was young. When I got into high school, I got really into theater. I didn't know how I would do it, but I had a really amazing drama teacher named Mary Rashid and, at Royal Oak Shrine, and she almost pulled me into the experience. She said, "I don't care what you do, but you're doing something." So I ran the lights when I was a freshman, and then I did the plays when I was a sophomore and a junior, and that was all I needed to go, oh no, if I do this, I don't have to do math. I think that's my senior picture. Wow. Senior or junior, yeah. Look at all that hair.
I know, all that hair. Wait, what about this one?
And that's the first starring role I've ever had in my life. That's Godspell.
So how did you get from Detroit to LA, to Hollywood?
By way of Chicago. So I worked at the Second City Comedy Theater. There was a branch here in Detroit, and I worked there for 3 years and 11 months to the day. And then went to Chicago and worked at the Chicago Second City, the famed Chicago Second City. And then what happens is, very often when you work at the Second City, the art is the most important part of it. But the other thing is that there's always a thing in the back of your head that's going, I might get scouted by SNL. And that's what happened.
Keegan spent 6 years on Mad TV. His friendship and chemistry with fellow cast member Jordan Peele led to what's become a legendary comedy partnership, Key and Peele.
When people come up to you, what's the thing that they recite the most to you? Because I know I go around my house and my husband and I were like, Hingle McCringleberry, or Action Flaction Jackson, and doing like, what is the thing that people come up to you?
Probably the most, 100% the most, is someone will yell from across the street, "Hey, Aaron!" They just say it because everybody knows somebody named Aaron.
Hey, Aaron. Here. Oh, man. Why didn't you answer me the first time I said it, huh? I'm just asking, I said it like 4 times, so why didn't you say it the first time I said, "Hey, Aaron"? Because it's pronounced Aaron?
That substitute teacher sketch is being turned into a movie, but Key and Peele's big screen debut is this spring in a comedy called Keanu.
It's gonna be okay.
You're right, Clarence. I want you to meet Keanu.
No. Oh my God, that's the cutest guy I've ever seen in my life.
Another classic Key and Peele bit is Luther, President Obama's anger translator. Luther made an appearance at last year's White House Correspondents' Dinner.
You really stole the show. What was that like?
It was amazing. I mean, it's the best moment of my life. The thing that was most pleasantly surprising was how calm and collected and what a great straight man the president is.
Hold on to your lily white butts.
Yeah, I gotta keep it straight. Despite our differences, we count on the press to shed light on the most important issues of the day.
And we can count on Fox
Fox News to terrify old white people with some nonsense. Sharia law is coming to Cleveland, run for the damn hills.
When you come back here, are there restaurants or places that you have to go? You're like, you got to go by Belle Isle, or do you got to go eat at, whatever?
I have to go to Lafayette whenever I come home. Lafayette, Coney Island.
Oh, the
I
Coney
have to.
dog?
Okay. And I'm a Lafayette guy, even though I went to American the other day when I was here for Thanksgiving because Lafayette was closed. So I had to go to, it was okay. But and then one of my dearest friends from high school, my dearest friends in my life, runs and manages Slows Barbecue.
Oh.
Visits home are more than just fun. Keegan is co-founder of the Planet Ant Improv Theater in Hamtramck, and he's a member of the 313, a comedy troupe based in Los Angeles, but with deep roots in Detroit.
I'm gaining on him! I'm gaining! Tony, wipe that dude's face off!
Keegan and the 313 recently performed in the 313 at the Detroit Institute of Arts. He's also passionate about improv classes for kids as part of the Detroit Creativity Project.
It doesn't require a lot of money. It doesn't require a lot of overhead. It just requires a willingness and imagination.
1,300 students are getting improv training now, and Keegan wants that number to grow.
What I wish would happen is that we could get improvisation into the curriculum in the DPS, which I think would be an amazing thing, because then people at a young age are learning not only problem-solving skills, but learning life skills.
Sure.
How to think on their feet, how to look at any situation and really hear what you have to say and enhance what you have to say. So and if you learn that when you're young and you get indoctrinated with that at a young age, it's going to be better for you as you get older and older and older, if that's the way you see the world. Everything's a challenge to be solved. Everything's a way of supporting other people. Right. And I don't think it's just fun. I think it's crucial.
Seeing the world through the prism of improv has served Keegan well, so he comes home to pass it on.
I want us to make sure that we continue to embrace who we are artistically and who we are as a hardworking people that says, okay, that happened. Let's pull ourselves up by our bootstraps and figure out what's next.
And you mentioned hardworking. Detroiters are known as being hardworking folk.
People.
That's right. Yeah. Do you think that that's helped you to do so well in your career, that you have that kind of hardworking grit about yourself because you grew up here?
I would like to think that my parents and the city gave me that work ethic. My hope is that it's so ingrained in you that some days you don't even notice that you're working hard and other days you do, but you're just like, oh, that's how I got here, is through hard work. How else would you do it?
Okay, so here's a piece of trivia for you. Actress Kristen Bell from Veronica Mars and, of course, Frozen also went to Shrine Catholic High School 9 years after Keegan. And get this, they had the same drama teacher, Mary Rashid. All right, coming up, a big fuss about a big fizz, the story behind America's oldest pop and its most effervescent fans. But first, studying penguins at their home in Antarctica is making life even better for the penguins at the Detroit Zoo. We'll take you to the bottom of the world next.